Manifestation is always instant. Not sometimes, always. And the reason you do not believe that is simple. You have been watching the wrong thing. You think there are two moments, the moment you ask and the moment it arrives. And between them, a long, dark stretch of waiting, where you are supposed to believe hard enough to drag the thing across the line. That stretch is where people break. They affirm, then check the phone. They assume, then scan their life for proof. And when nothing shows, they are told they did not want it correctly. So they try harder. And the trying is the confession that they do not have it. I am going to take that stretch away from you tonight. Not with a technique, with one correction to how this actually works. Stay with me, because the part that ends the waiting comes about halfway in, and it is not what the other videos tell you. Here is what occurs the instant you assume a thing is yours. A bridge begins to form. I have called it the bridge of incidents, a series of events, one leading to the next, that carry you from where you stand now to the thing you assumed. A phone call, a stranger's remark, a wrong turn that turns out right. Events that look at the time like ordinary life and nothing more. And here is the part no one says plainly. That bridge does not form slowly. It forms the instant you assume. The moment the state is genuinely occupied, the whole structure that will deliver the thing is already set in motion. You cannot see it. It is not your job to see it, but it is done. So the question people ask is the wrong question. They ask whether the outer thing appears instantly. Sometimes it does. Sometimes it takes weeks. That is the wrong thing to measure. The thing that matters is the bridge, the causation, the setting of the machinery. And that is always instant. It happened the moment you assumed. Which means the thing is no longer coming. It is already on its way, inevitably. And inevitable is just another word for done. Now here is the honest objection, the one rising in you right now. You are thinking, but nothing in my life has changed. I assumed it. I looked around. Everything is the same. So how can you say it already happened? This is exactly where people quit. So listen closely, because this is the answer that ends the waiting. You are looking at the wrong end of the bridge. You are standing at the near end, staring at your current circumstances, demanding to see the arrival from where you stand. You never will. You cannot see the far bank of a bridge from the near end in the fog. But you cannot see it does not mean it is not there. The absence you are staring at is not proof it failed. It is the near end of a bridge whose far end is already fixed. You are being shown the starting point and mistaking it for the verdict. Let me make it real, because it is easy to keep this an idea. Someone I know felt unwell, in a way no doctor could name. She had a sudden wish to find a certain kind of healer. She had no idea where to look. She searched a little, found nothing right, and instead of forcing it, she assumed the right person would come, and she let it go. She did not obsess. She returned to her life. That week she went to an ordinary event. The session she wanted was full, so she was put in a later one, nearly empty. The one other person there, a stranger, felt an odd urge to invite her for tea, something that stranger said she never does. And over that tea, unprompted, the stranger mentioned a gathering the next week, full of exactly the kind of healers she had been looking for. Now trace it backward, the full session, the near-empty second one, the stranger's urge, the unprompted mention. Every one of those was a plank in a bridge that formed the moment she assumed and let go. She designed none of it. She could not have. That is the point. And here is where I correct something you have been told, because it keeps you stuck. You have been taught to take inspired action, to chase the signs, to figure out the how, to make it happen. That teaching keeps you at the near end of the bridge, straining, because it keeps the delivery your job. It is not your job. Listen to what I actually said. If it takes 1,000 or 10,000 people to play their parts, to bring you into the embodiment of what you have assumed, they will play their parts. knowingly or unknowingly. 1,000 people, moving on your behalf, most of them never knowing why. You could not orchestrate that if you spent your whole life trying, and you are not asked to. You are asked to do one thing: assume the end and stop taking it back. This does not mean you sit in a chair and never move. You still live. You still say yes when something in you says yes. She still went to the event. She still said yes to the tea. But you do not manufacture the steps, and you do not stand guard over the bridge, demanding to see it. You occupy the end, and you let the 1,000 people move. The steps will appear. When one appears, take it. You do not have to know where it leads. You were never meant to. Now I know what you are afraid of. You are afraid of the doubt. You are thinking, but I cannot stop doubting. I assume the thing, and an hour later the fear comes back, the old voice that says it will not happen, not for you. And you believe that the doubt cancels the assumption, that every doubt sends you back to zero. It does not. Hear this clearly, because it will save you months of suffering. The doubt will come. That is normal. It comes to everyone. A doubt passing through your mind does not undo the bridge. A doubt only has power if you obey it. And here is what obeying it looks like. You feel the doubt, and you get up and check. You scan your life for proof. You go back to searching, forcing, trying to make it happen. That is obeying the doubt. That is stepping back off the bridge to the near end. But you can let the doubt pass through without acting on it. The fear arrives, you notice it, and you simply do not get up. You do not check. You do not chase. You let it move through you like weather, and you stay where you are, assuming the end. You do not have to feel certain every minute of the day. No one does. You only have to not take the assumption back. A doubt you do not obey is just a thought. It changes nothing. The bridge is still there. So here is what actually ends the waiting. It is simpler than everything you have been doing. Stop watching for the arrival. The watching is the waiting, and the waiting is the doubt. Every time you check whether it has come, you step back off the bridge to the near end, and you start the whole crossing over. The one who has it does not check. He lives, quietly certain, and lets the events arrive on their own schedule, in their own strange order. Assume the end. Feel it as done. Then live your ordinary day, fully in it. Do not scan it for proof. The scanning says you do not believe, and the believing is the whole of the work. Here is the whole of it, so you can use it tonight. Assume the thing is already yours, not wanted, had. Feel for one moment what it is like to be the person for whom it is already done. Then let it go. Do not carry it anxiously through the day. Do not check. When a step appears, and it will, take it, without demanding to know where it leads. When the doubt comes, and it will, let it pass without obeying it. That is all. The bridge is already built. You are only walking it. You have been standing at the edge of a bridge you thought was not there, refusing to walk because you could not see the other side. It was built the moment you assumed. It was always instant. The events are simply still arranging themselves in the visible world, and that arranging was never your burden. The thing is not coming. It came. Take the step, and let the 1,000 people move.